Storytime. PJ Masks and the Dinosaur. Connor, Greg, and Amaya are visiting the museum. Come on, Greg says. The museum's got a new dinosaur show with a big, flying pterodactyl. Wow, Connor and Amaya say. The three friends rush inside. Amaya, Greg calls. Hurry up. Where is Connor? Amaya asks. Just then, she sees a Tyrannosaurus Rex lurching towards her. Roar, says the dinosaur. Arg! Amaya screams as she stumbles backward into a model Tyrannosaurus Rex skeleton. The model Tyrannosaurus Rex skull falls on Amaya. Connor steps out from behind the cardboard dinosaur. Whoops, he says, trying not to giggle. Connor, that wasn't funny, Amaya says. It was a little bit funny, Connor argues. Guys, Greg shouts. Come quick. What's going on? Amaya asks. The pterodactyl was right there, Greg says. But someone's taken it. Look at the word pterodactyl. See how it starts with a P? The P is actually silent. And then it sounds like pterodactyl.
It looks like pterodactyl.
Yeah, that's right. But it's actually what?
Pterodactyl.
That's right. But someone has taken it. Don't worry, Connor says. We will get it back. PJ Masks, we're on our way into the night to save the day, they all say together. You want to do it?
Amaya becomes Owlette. Greg becomes Gekko. Connor becomes Catboy. But why it says Greg becomes Gekko, Amaya becomes Owlette, Connor becomes Catboy?
That's the order they did it in on this one. All right, let's keep reading. Under the cover of night, the heroes go in search of the missing pterodactyl. Okay, Owlette, use your owl eyes, Catboy says. I will, Owlette says, once you say you are sorry. Oh, you mean for scaring you in the museum? Catboy asks. All right, I'm sorry. Now let's go. Is that it? Owlette asks. That wasn't a very big sorry. Guys, Gekko says, noticing something in the sky. A robotic pterodactyl swoops down over them with a terrible screech.
It was like this.
Mwahaha, Romeo laughs. Did I make you jump with my robot pterodactyl? I am the best. Who else could steal a giant model dinosaur and make it fly? But you shouldn't have, Romeo, Gekko says. We will stop you, Catboy calls. Just then, a cat jumps out of the bushes and surprises Romeo. He loses control of his robot. Quick, before Romeo fixes the pterodactyl, Catboy says. Let's take him by surprise. But first, say sorry for surprising me in the museum, Owlette says. I said I was sorry, Catboy says with a sigh. Fine. I will just go catch Romeo on my own, Owlette says, and flies away. Romeo gets control of his robot. With no time to waste, Catboy and Owlette spring into action at the same time. The two heroes crash in midair. Woof, they say, landing on the ground. Owlette, why did you do that? Catboy asks. You let Romeo escape, she says. Oh dear, Romeo says. The famous PJ Masks, squabbling like cats and owls. Ha ha ha.
But they usually call it cats and dogs.
That's right. What does that say?
Super cat leap.
Good.
But it's supposed to be super cat jump.
That's right. That's right. But still you read it. Give me 5.
But we can say super cat jump.
All right. Why don't you say that? You want to say that instead?
Super cat jump,
says Catboy. He misses Romeo, but catches the robot's tail. Owlette dives at Romeo. Whoa, he says, dropping the remote control. Gekko catches the remote control. Super lizard grip. Whoa, this is tricky, he says, as he gets the hang of flying the robot. How about a dino ride, Gekko style? Let me down, Romeo yells from the bucking robot. Coming in for a landing, Gekko says, making the robot roll. Romeo tumbles onto his lab. Catboy hangs on as Gekko safely lands the robot. Nice work, PJ Masks, Catboy says, but not everyone is happy. Just because we beat Romeo, Owlette says, it doesn't make it all right that you scared me. She flies away, more upset than ever. Wait, Owlette, please, Catboy says. He grabs the remote control from Gekko. Catboy, Gekko calls. Flying that thing isn't easy. I don't care. I have to catch up with Owlette and make up, Catboy says. But my cat's whiskers, whoa! The robot flips upside down and Catboy drops the remote control. The remote control falls right into Romeo's hands. Now I'll get my pterodactyl back and catch Catboy too, he sneers. Mwahaha! From a distant rooftop, Owlette hears Catboy's yells. Help, he calls to Owlette. I took the pterodactyl to catch up with you to make sure we were still friends. But now Romeo is in control again. Of course we are still friends, she says. This is all my fault. I should have made up with you before. Time to be a hero. That's it, Romeo, Owlette yells. No one messes with my friend. She flies to Catboy's rescue. Grab on to me, she says to Catboy. Catboy hangs on to Owlette as she lifts him off the pterodactyl. Get him, she says, and Catboy gives the pterodactyl.
No, it says Perione.
Oh, Perione.
Because it has a P and a Y. It says Perione.
Oh, and so any word that has a P and a Y is Perione. Okay. And what is a Perione?
A baby with a baby flying robot.
A baby flying robot is a Perione. All right. Very good. Get him, she says, and Catboy gives the Perione a mighty kick. Arg! Romeo yells as the Perione flies right at him. He drives off the roof, off his lab, and lands in a pile of, what's that word?
Garbage.
Nice. Yes, it is garbage. I think you dropped something, Romeo, Gekko calls as he grabs the remote control from the ground. What? Romeo says. Gekko makes the robot chase him. No, no, no. Get away, Romeo whines as he runs off into the distance. That's the last time we will see Romeo for a while, Owlette says. Good job, team. Thanks, Owlette, Catboy says. The heroes learned an important lesson that night. Making up can be tough, but it is what friends do. You want to read it?
PG Masters are alright because on the night we save the day.
All right.